Hey, what's up everybody? Thought I'd jump right into the next video right away. I'll talk about 1959 and 1960 tops. There's some really cool cards in this group as well, including probably my favorite graded card that I have. So we'll start out with 1959 tops. Here we have Max McGee and a grade of mint 9. This card has a population of 25, only 2 graded higher. Of course, he played wide receiver for the Packers, went to college at Tulane, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time NFL champion. Of course, the famous story about him was in Super Bowl I against the Kansas City Chiefs. He violated team curfew, was hung over the next morning, the day of the Super Bowl. He was a backup receiver at the time, and the Packers' star receiver, Boyd Dowler, goes down, gets hurt. And of course, they have to call on Max McGee. And of course, beware of the sick player because Max McGee catches 2 touchdown passes in that game from Bart Starr. And although Bart Starr was named the MVP, he could have easily been named the MVP with the 2 touchdown catches that he had. So yeah, interesting story about Max McGee, kind of known as the womanizer, carouser of the team along with Paul Hornung. Max McGee. Moving along, in 1959 tops, here we have Dan Curie. I also have this card in a grade of mint 9, population of only 12, with 3 graded higher. Went to college, Michigan State, 2-time NFL champion. Interesting thing about him, he was drafted in the Packers' first round, number 3 overall in the 1958 draft. The next 3 rounds of that draft would produce Jim Taylor, Ray Nitschke, and Jerry Kramer. Of course, 2 of those 3 being NFL Hall of Famers, and Jerry Kramer, who should be in the Hall of Fame. Next up, we have Jimmy Taylor, even though this isn't really Jim Taylor. This is a different player whose name, or whose picture got on the front of this card. Jim Taylor, the real Jim Taylor, wouldn't first appear on a card till his 1961 Topps card, which is kind of crazy. So I have this card in near mint to mint 8. Population of 181, 24 graded higher, so I do have room to move up on this card if I wanted to. I probably will at some point. It's kind of weird though that it's not the real Jim Taylor on the front. Still a pretty neat card. Jim Taylor was just a great running back for the Packers. Went to college at LSU, Super Bowl champion, 4-time NFL champion, 5-time Pro Bowler, and of course NFL Hall of Famer. Also taken in that 58 draft. And another player I have in here from that draft is of course Jerry Kramer. I have this card in Gem Mint 10. This is, I have a lot of cool cards, but this is probably my favorite card that I own. Not a Hall of Famer, although he should be. But this is graded a 10. This is one of only 2 10s. And of course that's the top grade for the card, being a 10. Jerry Kramer, if you just look at his numbers, they're just ridiculous. The fact that he's not in the NFL Hall of Fame. 3-time Pro Bowler, 5 times first team All-Pro, 5-time NFL champion, and of course the only member of the NFL's 50th anniversary team not in the Hall of Fame. Of course, he appeared on the NFL Network's top list of top 10 players not in the Hall of Fame. He was number 1 on that list. So I really hope he gets in someday. He was such a great leader and such a great player on the team. I just can't believe he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. I think he must have pissed off the wrong people or something. That's my guess. So, yep, Jerry Kramer, probably the coolest card that I own. He did go to college at Idaho and played guard for the Packers, of course, on those 1960s teams. Jerry Kramer and Fuzzy Thurston, the 2 main players that you see from their famous play, the Packers sweep. And last but not least, we'll move up to 1960 tops. Here we have Forrest Gregg. I have this card in mint 9, population of only 17, and of course there are none graded higher. No 10s. So this is one of the top graded Forrest Gregg cards right here. Played for the Packers for 14 years, 1956 to 1970. Went to college at SMU. He was a 3-time Super Bowl champion, 5-time NFL champion. I believe his last Super Bowl was with Dallas Cowboys, actually, in his final season. 9-time Pro Bowler, 7 times First Team All-Pro, and a member of the NFL 50th Anniversary Team. So another really cool card to have. But yeah, I'd definitely have to go with Jerry Kramer as the favorite card that I have. So that's it. Next we will go into 1961. I actually have a few varieties of 1961 cards to talk about. We have 1961 Topps, 1961 Fleer, and 1961 Packers Lake to Lake, which is kind of interesting. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.